Hello, my friends. Tell me, have you ever stumbled upon something that made every instinct in your body scream, run? What would you do if you found yourself facing something so terrifying, so disturbing, that you knew your life was at stake? And what if your partner was there with you? You'd run, right? But what if running isn't an option? Let me set the stage for you. Lights!
In the peaceful town of Pinebrook, something terrifying has taken root. People have been disappearing, and while some of the missing have been found, their bodies are mangled and eaten. The officials blame a bear, but we know there's something far more sinister lurking beneath the surface. Don't believe me? You don't have to take my word for it. Let's see what Sophie and Roger have to say with their encounter with Pinebrook's so-called bear. Trust me, this isn't for the faint of heart.
My name is Mickey Teller, and I invite you to sit back and relax, if you can, and enjoy the chilling tale of blood in the library. Blood. Why did it have to be blood? The sight of blood doesn't necessarily get to me, but thinking about how it got there makes my skin crawl. Maybe a book smacked someone square on the nose, or worse, maybe they somehow caught their fingernail on the sharp corner of a table, snagging it just enough to rip it clean off. Oh god, a deep paper cut. Ugh. Oh no. I think I'm gonna be sick. I don't know why, but cuts are always the hardest to think about. There's a lot of bloody footprints in here. I don't think Sophie knows that I'm about to regurgitate everything I ate today. Good. Roger, do you think whoever left these footprints is alright? She asks me. Hell no, they aren't alright. We've been following these footprints all around the library. Do you know how bad of a paper cut you have to get to make that many bloody footprints? That was kind of a dumb question, but I can't tell her that. I hope so, Soph. Nailed it. These footprints are huge. And who walks around the library barefoot? Where the hell is the librarian? Shouldn't she be the one taking care of this crap? Maybe she is handling it. Maybe she did the smart thing and called the police. Well, it could be worse. At least I'm in here with Sophie. Any time spent with her is time well spent. Just look at her. She's so cute with her long brown hair, her perfect nose, her wide, fearful green eyes, and... Wait, why is she making that face? You okay, Sophie? She points ahead and whispers, Look. I look in the direction of where her shivering finger is pointing and, oh god, there's so much blood. This library is old. I think it was built in the mid-1800s. To be honest, it's one of the only cool things we have in our small town of Pinebrook. It has towering bookshelves with fancy columns, high ceilings, tall windows, and large glossy wooden arched doors. One of which has a very concerning, very large pool of thick red liquid seeping out from underneath the crack. I'm ready to leave. I was ready to leave 15 minutes ago, but now I'm really ready to leave. So why am I standing still? I can tell Sophie is thinking the same thing I am, but she's also stuck in place. A library is supposed to be quiet, but it's so loud in here. I can hear the air conditioning blowing from the vents above us. I can hear Sophie breathing heavily, and I can hear... chewing? Jesus Christ, why am I walking towards the door? I should absolutely run away. But here I am, taking one step after another, slowly making my way towards the door with an increasingly large pool of blood coming out from underneath it. My hands are getting sweatier the closer I get. I can hear something gnawing on what my imagination can only conclude is a bone from a corpse. Sophie said something, but I'm too distracted to listen. She probably said, stop, or let's leave. Both great ideas. I'm at the blood. No way I'm stepping in it. I wipe the sweat off my hands, lean over, and grab the handle. Okay, count to 3, and then open the door. 1, stay focused. 2, take a deep breath. 3, open the door. It's dark in the room, so I can't see anything. The chewing and gnawing sounds stop, and the sound of someone large frantically running away takes their place. I can hear something heavy knock against a table and various items falling to the floor. I pull my phone out and turn the flashlight on. I shine the light into the room and discover a truly haunting sight. Lying on the table inside the room is the librarian. Her torso has been torn open, and her half-eaten stomach is hanging out of her body. Her arms and legs are limp, dangling off the table as her blood drips from them. Her mouth is wide open, and her eyes even wider. Ribs and organs are scattered across the table and floor, some far away from her body as if they were thrown across the room. I frantically turn to Sophie. "We need to go now!" The lights go out in the library, and a screeching roar echoes in the distance. Sophie grabs my hand and we run as fast as we can to the front, knocking chairs and tables out of the way. Sophie is screaming hysterically. "What is that? What is that?" I respond, just as hysterically. I don't know! I see the librarian's desk, which means the main entrance is just ahead. We have to be approaching the door. I look around until I confirm the location of the exit. I stop running. I pull Sophie's arm, not letting her take another step forward. We both look sharply at the exit. The outside parking lot lights shine into the building, outlining a silhouette of a very tall person. Or at least, I think it's a person. The few features I can make out look wrong. Their arms appear elongated, and their hands do as well. It begins walking towards us. Its walk is off. It moves more like a beast than a man. Its movements look exaggerated, almost like how you might expect a gorilla to walk. But this is clearly no gorilla, and I don't think it's human either. It's tall and slim and running towards us. Time to go. The creature lets out another screeching roar, reaching out, preparing to grab us as soon as it gets the chance. Sophie and I dash away from it, narrowly dodging a row of chairs, my heart pounding in my chest. "This way!" Sophie hollers as we sprint deeper into the bookshelves. The sound of the creature's footsteps thud quickly behind us. I can feel it gaining ground. You'd think bookshelves are pretty easy to make your way around, but when you're panicking, rows of bookshelves feel like a damn labyrinth. We dart around the corner and find ourselves in the children's section. The bright, colorful posters on the wall feel sickeningly out of place now. My mind's racing, trying to think of where we can hide, but the shelves are too open, too exposed. I hear Sophie shout out, "There!" She points to a small door tucked away in the back of the room, barely visible under a hanging banner. We sprint towards it, hoping it's unlocked. My fingers fumble with the handle, and for a second, it feels like my worst nightmare has come true. It won't budge. I see the silhouette of the creature again. It spotted us. It quickly runs in our direction. I try the handle again, and with a hard shove, the door flies open, revealing a narrow storage closet with cleaning supplies and old dusty books. We squeeze inside, and I slam the door shut, holding on to the handle for dear life. I can feel the creature fighting my grip on the door handle, doing its best to open the door. Sophie grabs the handle with me, and we both pull with everything we have. The closet is filled with chaos. The monster's relentless screaming and banging is deafening. My hands start to hurt from gripping the handle so hard. Sophie's crying, but she's not letting up. The handle begins to slip from my grasp. "Sophie, when this thing gets in here, I'll distract it so you can leave." "No, you have to come with me. We can't both get away. Please, just leave me here. You got it?" Sophie won't answer me. I think she wants to leave, but she doesn't want to say it out loud. I get it. She doesn't want to be a shitty person, but I don't really care how she feels about it. "Sophie, you got it?" She still won't talk, but I see her shamefully nod her head yes. "It's okay, Sophie. I'd rather this." She's having trouble looking at me. I wish she would look at me. I'd love to see her face one last time before I die. Oh well, what can you do? Wait, it's quiet. Is the monster still there? Maybe if I press my ear against the door, I can hear what's going on. Sophie grabs my arm and holds onto it tightly. Her face presses against my shirt and I can feel the tears seeping through the fabric. I listen. I hear footsteps outside, almost like it's pacing around. Then I hear something in the distance. A whistle. I hear the creature scream a loud screech into the void. Then I hear it run in the direction of the whistle. I don't know who called the monster away from us, but I'm grateful. Now's our chance. Sophie latches onto my body. She can tell I'm about to open the door, and I don't think she wants me to. "Sophie, we have to leave." No, don't open the door, don't open the door!" She's frantic. And honestly, I'm not far from it. Sophie, this is our chance. Let's go. It's not safe, she softly cries out. She's clearly not ready. She needs time to process this. I just hope we have time to process this. I pull her into a hug. I feel her shoulders tense under my hands. It's okay. I whisper, though my heart races just as fast as hers. Luckily, we didn't stay in the closet long before we got a grip on things. But in the few seconds we did stay in there, I got a chance to connect a few dots. See, all month, the news was reporting on brutal killings in the area, claiming bears were hunting and eating dozens of people. That always sounded stupid to me because, well, number one, we don't have bears in Pine Brook. Two, even if we did, they wouldn't be hunting people. Right? Three, how many goddamn bear attacks can one area have without finding any evidence of a goddamn bear? Well, I think I found Pine Brook's bear. The next thing I remember was Old Man Red hollering at me and Sophie before we came to the library. I'll be honest, we as a community don't take Red seriously. Because, well, he's fucking crazy. Red's the guy who yells crazy-ass things at the wall on a daily basis because, well, he knows the wall is the only thing that's going to stick around to listen to him. Although the crazy-ass thing he was yelling at me and Sophie earlier may not have been so crazy after all. At the time, I just laughed it off.
Don't go that way. There's a demon lurking.
Thanks, Red. We'll take our chances.
You damn fool. I'm gonna have to put my life on the line to save your sorry asses. It's goddamn Vietnam all over again.
We'll be okay, but thanks. Look, it's my first date with Sophie. The girl I've been dying to ask out for months now. I wasn't gonna let crazy old man Red ruin this big night. Wait, did Red fight a demon in Vietnam? Or was he just talking about saving sorry asses in Vietnam? I don't know. Okay, let's go, says Sophie softly. I give her one final big hug and we crack open the door. I peek out into the library. The creature is nowhere to be found. I nod my head at Sophie and we make our way out of the closet. We quietly walk towards the front of the library, staying in the shadows, hoping that thing can't see us. We've been in the dark for a while now, so our eyes have adjusted to the lack of light. How did we lose the lights anyway? Is that thing smart enough to kill the power? Questions to ponder when we get the hell out of here, I guess. I don't like this. I don't see or hear the creature. All I can hear are the sounds of mine and Sophie's footsteps hitting the hard, shiny floors. I hope that means the creature left, but I'm not taking the chance in assuming that. We have to stay quiet. Damn floors are too loud. The door seems so far away. Each step feels heavier and louder than the last. Sophie's latched onto my arm, keeping her eyes forward. She looked terrified moments ago, but now as I look at her, I can't make out a single emotion. She looks like her life is on pause, as if she's stuck, trapped in this moment. I wonder what I must look like in the presence of death. We're walking past some of the tables we knocked over earlier when we were running. It's probably why my hip hurts so bad. The door is so close, just as I think we're actually getting out of here. I feel it. A large, elongated hand shoots out from under the table, clamping my ankle and yanking me to the floor before I can react. The moonlight creeps in, perfectly illuminating the creature's horrid face and body. It's tall and lanky. Its long, jagged nails are filthy, chipped, yet disturbingly sharp. Still carrying bits of flesh from the librarian it fed on earlier. Its mouth is a gaping hole filled with jagged, blood-stained teeth that glisten like rusted razors. But the most unsettling thing about it was its skin. The texture was wet like sagging silicone, clinging awkwardly to its body. The pale, slick surface was riddled with sores, pus and blood oozing from the openings. The skin itself seemed too large for the creature's skeleton, drooping like a costume several sizes too big. It felt wrong, like the skin wasn't even its own, a stolen hide barely holding together over the slim, unnatural shape beneath. It brought its face to mine and shrieked as if to tell me it caught its prey. My ears were ringing from its loud, high-pitched roar, a perfect distraction so good that I didn't even notice when it ripped open my throat, until the warmth of the blood gushing down my neck stole my breath. I looked over at Sophie. It was like everything was happening in slow motion. She was clearly in distress, screaming and doing her best to reach me. Luckily for her, she was being held back by Old Man Red, who I'm now pretty sure was the one who whistled earlier. She screamed and thrashed against Red's grip. "No, let me go, he's..." Red shook his head no. His eyes darted to the grotesque form of the monster.
"It's too late, girl. He's gone. We gotta kill that damn thing now."
His voice was gravelly, laced with a desperation that bordered on madness. Red shoved Sophie aside and pulled out a bottle containing a viscous amber liquid with a rag hanging out the opening. It smelled like gasoline. His hands trembled slightly as he lit the rag. Red hurled the flaming bottle at the monster. The liquid sizzled upon contact, engulfing the creature in flames. It let out a nightmarish wail, but despite the flames, the creature kept moving toward Red. My vision blurred, the edges of the room melting into a kaleidoscope of shadows and light. I could still hear Sophie screaming, and Red yelling at the monster, taunting it. I heard 3 gunshots, followed by more screaming from Red. Until I didn't. Now I just hear Sophie. "Red, what's happening?" Sophie? My thoughts are slipping away. My neck feels so warm, but the rest of my body feels like it's sitting on ice. I can't hear Sophie anymore. My head tilts toward the floor, and through the haze, the last thing I see before the lights go out is blood. Thick, red, and lots of it. Why did it have to be blood? And that, my friends, was Blood in the Library, a story that reminds us not everything is as it seems, even in a quiet little town like Pinebrook. If you enjoyed this tale or it sent a chill down your spine, make sure to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more stories. And if you have any theories about what really happened in Pinebrook, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.